Hi everyone, so I'm back with another flip through, and this is my Luxembourg album. So I'm really happy that I got it done by the end of December, and yeah, I took it down to my family's with me over Christmas and just got it done whilst I was down there, which was quite nice. It's been quite a nice album to do. I was a little bit worried that I was not feeling this album because obviously it wasn't probably one of our favourite trips because we got ill, and yeah, just it wasn't sort of the highlight of all our trips last year. I was worried that I was just going to rush it and not put too much effort into it, but actually I really enjoyed putting it together. I used a lot of stuff, and yeah, I just really liked the colours that it came out, and I'm really happy with how it came out. The only thing I haven't done is my cover, and I will do that. It's just that today is the only day I've got a bit of sunlight to actually do this flip through, so I wanted to get it done. So yeah, just use this smaller album. I think it's about like an 8x8 sort of size. I ripped a few pages out because obviously I didn't need it all, but it's still quite chunky actually for just a couple of days there. So the first page is just the map. So I actually got two postcards. I always try and get a postcard of the map of where we're going, if it's in Ireland or if it's like even just part of a country, or if I can get a full country one, it's always good. But I actually found two map postcards, so I wanted them both in, and obviously just put Luxembourg at the top there. I've got a lot of layers and a lot of different things. As I said, that's why I like it how it's come out, because I have put loads of things together. You know, it's got little sequins, got washi tape, so I've used my stamps and punches and everything. So yeah, just and lots of nice washi tape and things. I used up 2 rolls of washi tape, which is always good, because I've seemed to added at least sort of the 250 washi tapes to my collection recently. So we only went for 3 days. We went from the 6th until the 9th, I think it was. Yeah, the 6th till the 9th. And we actually flew from London City Airport, which is nowhere near us. And I've never been from London City at all, so it was actually quite fun because we'd never been to London City, we'd never been to Luxembourg, and we had never flown with Lux Air before, so it was all new things. So to get to London City, you have to go down to London, obviously, and then you get the DLR Underground train, which is a fun train actually to get on. It's one of the newer ones. But yeah, we went on the DLR for the first time, so that's just one of the tube trains there, and Joe on the train. And we stayed at the Travelodge, just a 10-minute walk from the airport and train station. So that was really simple. We didn't get down there until late at night because I was actually working, I think, that day, and then we travelled down in the afternoon to then fly the next day. So yeah, it was all very, easy and quick to get down there. We didn't have any issues or anything. So this is the entrance to London City Airport. It's obviously a train station as well as an airport, so that's quite cool. But yeah, just had the big sign there, and this was just a receipt to say when we were flying and the times and stuff. So we were flying at 9:45, and it was only an hour and a half flight, I think, an hour and 45 minutes. It wasn't long. I don't think it was even that, actually. I think it might have been quicker than that. But it was on one of the smaller planes, which you'll see. But yeah, it was an adventure. But as I said, I really love using all the autumnal things here. I had a load of autumn stickers. They're all quite new, actually, but I really wanted to use them because I thought they'd go with it. So nice browns, reds, oranges, greens and stuff on this layout, and this book even. And then this is our plane that we flew on. So we flew on this little 2x2 plane. It was very cramped. Everyone had like bulky luggage and sort of coats and stuff like that, so it felt a little bit claustrophobic at times. But the weather was lovely going out, so we had nice blue skies, and the airport actually sits right next to the River Thames, so there was actually people like kayaking down the Thames, which was quite fun to watch. But yeah, it was an experience definitely to fly. We'd not been on one of these planes since, I think, Thailand, actually. Obviously we've been on a seaplane in the Maldives, but this was a bit bigger than that. And then this is just a picture inside the aircraft. Again, just 2 and 2. I loved using all these little tags that I had. They had like random little tags in that sort of multimedia box that I had, so I got to use up those. This was us on the plane. The views out were lovely from this airport because it's right in the centre of London, so you can see everything, which is really cool. You can see the Shard and everything like that. And even though it was only an hour flight, you got a sandwich and some drinks as well, which was weird because we've been on 10-hour flights and not received anything. So yeah, it was really nice just to get those. The paper is a little bit bright because obviously it's, I don't know, lots of like random little things, but I think it works quite well with the photos. I think it matches quite nicely in there. But I do love this washi tape with the umbrellas. The colours match perfectly with the paper pad. And then these were just our boarding passes. I don't seem to have ones coming back for some reason, but I do have the ones going out. So those were just our flights going out, and we was in 13A and 13C. But yeah, Luxembourg were really, really good actually, to be fair. London City is very much like a business airport. There's a lot of people travelling for business and stuff because it's all well connected, like Paris and Brussels and places like that. We stayed in this apartment because it was the cheapest thing that I could find on booking.com. A lot of hotels were like over £150 a night. It's just a very expensive place in terms of getting there and staying, so we were on a budget a little bit. So we stayed in this apartment which had like a bed that came down from this, you know, I can't think what they're called, but a bed that came down from the wall basically. But we had like a big like sort of sitting area with a bathroom and everything like that, so it was fine. It was just a little bit cold. We had a heater that we was using, but it was nice to have a bit of space. It was just the bed wasn't probably the most comfiest. They could have just done with a normal bed. But I think this came out as a bed as well, but obviously we didn't need that. So then we just had a wander. So we arrived there pretty early on, you know, midday sort of on our first day. So we just had a wander around. Unfortunately, it was actually after lunchtime that I started to not feel very well. So we managed to get a little bit of sightseeing in, but then afterwards we went back to the hotel and about 4 or 5ish, and I just sort of crashed. Didn't get to sort of do much else that evening, but we did get to do some sightseeing. And then the following day we had a full day out, and I had to go sort of in and out of the room basically. I was okay for an hour or so, and then we'd go back and chill out, and then I'd have a sleep and then get back up again. But I wasn't eating anything. There's no pictures of like meals or anything like that because we had one sandwich and then I didn't really eat for the rest of the trip apart from snacks. Joe had a few things, but I just wasn't eating very much at all. But yeah, some really nice sort of autumnal things. They've got there's some Christmas lights and stuff that we're putting up because obviously it's coming into November. But it's a very clean and tidy city. They're really nice statues and big white buildings. I love this sticker as well. It's a big sort of emblem for Luxembourg. And obviously the colours on the leaves are all coming out, which are nice, all like red leaves. So this was the only sort of meal that we went out for on our first day. It was our lunch. It was a really nice sandwich, which was really annoying because and I didn't feel like afterwards I felt ill, and I didn't, you know, remember it as being a nice meal, but I do think of it as it was a good sized portion, everything like that, and I would have loved that now. So but no, it was really nice. It was Charles sandwiches in the centre, so it was really busy as well. We actually managed to get a seat. So yeah, that was the only meal of the trip. Then just some more pictures of the area. So I've got this nice big map that comes out. I won't get it fully out because I can never get them back on camera, but yeah, nice big map of the area. It's not a big place anyway. Luxembourg City is not a big place, so it was all walkable. There was no sort of need for public transport. There was a tram and buses and things, but as I said, you don't really need them. The only good thing about the public transport, I said you don't really need it, but it is free. All public transport in Luxembourg is free, which is really cool. These are just some pictures of the nice church there, and then this was Joe's breakfast that he went for the next morning when I didn't feel very well. He just took himself out for breakfast. But I said the sun was lovely when it was out, but then it got a bit rainy the next couple of days. And then this was Joe's lunch again because I didn't feel very well. I sort of lived off grapes and chocolate for the time that we were there. But yeah, no, it was a nice trip. I'm making it sound really awful, but I just didn't feel very well. So and I don't like not feeling well. It's always one of the things where you just want to be in your own bed. But we managed to see what we wanted to see. I don't think we need to go back because I feel like I've seen it all now. But it was just a nice place to wander around. It was really quiet though. I've never seen a place so quiet, like a city centre. But yeah, just some nice pictures. St Michael's Church. So one thing we did do when we were both feeling a little bit better on our last day, we actually went to this chocolate house, and we had these hot chocolates where they just give you a mug of hot milk and then these chocolate spoons that you dip in, and they gave you some cream and marshmallows to put in as well, and they were really good. So I had the hazelnut one and Joe had the kids only one, which had some Smarties or something in them, but that was really nice. And that faced over the palace, so got some nice views over there. These are the cookies that I pretty much lived off whilst we were there, so I had to stick those in, but this was nice. The hot chocolate was really nice. So this is the palace. So the royal family is quite a big thing, just as it is here in the UK. Luxembourg have a quite prominent royal family, and their palace is right in the middle of the city centre. So obviously went to go have a look. They had the guards there and stuff, so that was cool to see. It's a very nice building. This is a postcard that I sent home, so I won't flip it open, but I managed to get myself a stamp to send home. And some more pictures of the palace. This is a little piece of like parchment paper that I will write on, but I just haven't got round to doing it. And these are little envelopes that I've just stuck some little stickers on just to sort of use them up. And then this is a really nice area that's on a different level than the main city of Luxembourg. So this is Grund. So it's a nice viewpoint that you can see it all out, like all from the top. And it's like a little fairy tale village. It's got this like nice spired building. It's got the river, it's got the gardens, so it just looks really, really pretty. So we enjoyed walking around the walls there to see the views. Unfortunately the weather wasn't playing ball that day, so we didn't probably get the best photos, but it was still a really lovely view. Then had a nice viaduct where the train goes over, so we've got some pictures of that. This was the next day, I think, where the sun was coming out a little bit better, so a few more. And they just had really nice postcards there. I really enjoyed their postcards. One more picture of us at the top level, and then we actually got the elevator down to the bottom level, and you can walk along the river and things, so that's what we did here. But I love this photo of the reflection of the building. But yeah, it was just so quiet. Like, you can see pretty much in no photos there's people in them. It was just such a quiet place. I think a lot of people live in France and Germany and surrounding countries and commute into Luxembourg rather than living in here because it is very expensive. So again, some more pictures of just walking along the river. There's a nice sort of mermaid statue at the end. And then just some more pictures of the river walk that we took. Me trying to smile and be happy, even though I didn't feel very well. But you can see how many different stickers I used. I managed to use up loads of things in this one. So yeah, I was really happy with how it came out. I used up some of this old style book paper that I had in that multimedia pack just to get it used up. This, I was waiting for the glue to dry, so I will eventually stick something on here. I was just waiting for it to fully dry before I stuck something else on there, but I will put another little piece of paper that I can write a little bit more about this area. The one main thing we did do as an attraction wise was the casemates, which are these underground tunnels in the city, which was really fun. So I've got a leaflet here, just a little bit about the casemates. And again, we weren't really going to go if we didn't have time, but we just thought, well, you know, it gives only about an hour sort of so I was quite happy to go, and it only cost €8 to get in, which actually I wouldn't fully recommend it. It's not probably the most interesting to many people, but it was cool to sort of look through the tunnels and see the viewpoints of the city from there. And it is cool to imagine that they use these tunnels one day, but there wasn't too much signage around, so I didn't really know what I was looking at a lot of the time. A lot of time we were just sort of walking through tunnels and not really knowing what we were seeing, but it was cool to see a different side of the city, and obviously a major attraction there. And obviously the lighting's not great, but I managed to get some photos there. And then this was the main leaflet. So it says it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The only map that we had was this one here, and it has like A, B, C, D, and E, and you sort of had to find your way around and see if you know, sometimes you'd stumble across H and actually you were just at C. So, you know, it was a little bit difficult to sort of navigate around, but it was really fun to sort of just wander through and see these tunnels. But I mean, you know, it was only about an hour or so, and then we were out, so it wasn't an all-day thing. But the only other thing we really wanted to do whilst we were there, and it did require a full day, and I was worried that we weren't going to be well enough to do it because Joe actually didn't feel very well the next day. He obviously caught whatever I had, was Vianden. So Vianden's another place in Luxembourg, which is up here. So Luxembourg City and Vianden's up here. We actually took the train because all the transport's free. It seemed silly not to go out and about and explore somewhere else. So, and we'd seen everything in Luxembourg City that we wanted to do, so we thought we'd go out. So this is the train station, and this is the train that we got on, and us just sitting on the train. It took about an hour on the train, and then we had to get a bus. But I do need to write on here again. I was waiting for the glue to dry before I started writing on it, because I use the tacky glue, so sometimes it can be, when it's still wet, it breaks the paper when I'm writing on it. So I'll just wait till that. And then we had to get the bus, so we stopped at this place called Durketch, and then we had to get the bus. Because it's all free, it was really easy just to get on something and not have to worry about paying for the wrong thing or knowing how much it costs and everything like that. So it was really handy. But there's this nice statue there when we're waiting for the bus. And just when I thought Luxembourg was the quietest place I've been, Vianden was even quieter. Like, I don't think we saw one person apart from inside a shop that we went in, but other than that it was really, really quiet. And I don't know why. It was a Wednesday, so it wasn't like a Sunday or anything like that, and it wasn't a national holiday, but it was nice to get out and about. So Vianden's known for Victor Hugo, and it's a very pretty town. It's got a really nice castle, so that was the aim really. But this was us just walking along the river, and then that's just another little map of Vianden. So we walked all the way along here, and then we went up to the castle, which was a little bit of a trek actually. It was all uphill, so we got our steps in that day. But as I said, it was a really nice little town. A bit more quaint than Luxembourg. There wasn't massive buildings, but they had nice sort of cobbled streets with cool buildings. I managed to get a postcard from a tourist information centre, but that was the only thing that was open. Again, I don't know what it was. It was just very quiet. Just some more pictures of the town, and then this is the castle that sat on top of the hill. So that's sort of what we went for. And then there was a leaflet. We didn't go inside because we weren't too... I just wanted to see it from the outside actually, because it was one of the most popular or beautiful castles in Europe. So I wanted to go and see it. I've got some really nice pictures of this tree outside. Really bright, vibrant reds. And then the last two pictures, just us at the castle. And then obviously we came back to Luxembourg and we went home the next day. So again, we weren't very well. When we got home, we still didn't feel great. So it was a prolonged illness, but it's one of those things where you travel in winter, unfortunately. But as I said, we ticked off a country, we saw what we want to see, so we didn't miss out on anything. And it's another little holiday and another scrapbook that I got to do. So there's positives to everything. But yeah, as I said, even though it's not my favourite trip, I feel like I'm really happy with how this album came out. I didn't rush it, and I just love all the products that I use. So I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I will be back with my next one, which will be Florida. So hope you've enjoyed. Bye.